Hey, it's Glenn with the Ultimate Freedom. We had to pivot away from the project of putting a 12-volt AC on top of my Ram 2500 because of the weather. It's raining right now. So today what we're going to find out is, can the average Joe like you and me load test donated lithium batteries? We don't have the equipment that Will Prowse or Mike Builds does, so let's find out and let's rock. So what we have here is my sister, who is a van life aficionado. She built her own amazing van in a Ford Transport. She's been all over the United States, probably all 50 states. She gave these to me and she installed them in 2021. And she said they work well, but on the backside they're discharging quickly, so she just upgraded and got new batteries and she gave these to me. So what I want to know is the following. Are they worth building around? Are they worth keeping? Are they worth using? And so what we're going to do is, with stuff you can find at home, I'm going to do a load test on these batteries. So let's look at what I'm going to use to do that. Starting off, we have our batteries. Ampere Time LifePo 4 Plus 12 volt 200 amp hours. And like I said, from about 2021. Okay, now let's look at the rest of the equipment I'm going to use. And we have Schumacher battery charger. I'll talk more about that as we go. I love this guy. This is a Jupiter 2000 inverter from Harbor Freight. This is my backup inverter, and this is how it travels. I thought I would show you this. So I've got it completely sealed against water. It goes into my compartment in my fifth wheel where, you know, cargo goes. It's my backup inverter. I've got, this is just for fun too. This is what it looks like to be an RV repair tech. I got a few cables. So I'm going to get my two heavy duty cables, the most heavy duty out of this entire stack, the two best ones. And this is going to be our load test. It's a small heater. I don't want to hammer these things with a 1500 watt load. I want to do something in the middle, and this guy's going to fill the bill perfectly. And I hope I can find exactly how many watts he's taken, or else I'm going to have to do a test on him before I test those so that I know how many watts he's drawing. So there's our equipment to do a load test on these guys. And let's get started. Okay, so here's where we're at. There's no information plate on this piece of amazing technology. It's a cool little space heater. He's not going to be a great draw, but we're going to find out. I need to know how many watts he pulls. So what I'm going to do is, I moved everything off of my inverter. I typically run my entertainment center and my refrigerator off the inverter, so that if the power goes down, and in the south, it seems to happen a lot, I don't even notice it. I just keep running. But I moved everything off of it, and we're running at 0 watts. So now I'm going to take this guy, plug him directly into the inverter, and we'll see how many watts he draws. Okay, this is really good because it's out there plugged into the inverter and it's pulling a steady 300 watts. It's not varying at all. That's on high, that little space heater. Oh, he varied. 310. I'm going to give him 10 minutes, 15 minutes, because sometimes these heaters ramp up a little bit. So let's give it a few minutes and then see if it changes, and then we'll take that number and work with it. Okay, it's rock steady at 310 watts. That's the number we're going to take to do our load test. It's not varying, it's not changing. It hasn't moved. So now let's go down and I'll explain all the steps I'm going to use. Now, people in the comments, if you know about this kind of thing more than this blue collar guy, let us know. The comments on the last video I did were almost better than the video. Fantastic comments. I learned more in those comments than I learned at some semesters at the RV Training Academy. So give me your comments if you think I did something right, wrong, or could have done something different. The comments are amazing on this channel. I love them. So now let's go down and talk about what we're going to do to load test these batteries using what we got around. No special tools. Okay, so here's what we're doing. Charger, inverter, our load, 310 watt little heater, multimeter. And if you don't have a multimeter, get one. They're cheap. Just start reading batteries and stuff. Start using it. You'll learn stuff. But I thought this was funny. So I looked through that pile of cables that I had, and that's how techs roll. I've got boxes and boxes of all kinds of RV parts. So these are number 2, and that's what I'm going to use. I'm going to use these. These are number 2 cables. These came with an inverter. They're both doubles. So some guy come up and said, hey boss, we're supposed to be shipping number 2 with this thing, but we don't have number 2. Well, what do we got? Oh, we got this. All right, double them up and ship it. Okay, boss. I don't know why he sounds like that. He just does. So the first thing I did is charge these 2 with this guy. So this guy is a Schumacher battery charger. He's affordable. I'll leave a link for him. My Amazon account is dead, so you're just going to go straight to the product until I get that going again. But you've got standard, AGM, and lithium for battery type. You've got 2 to 6 amps, 30 amps, and that 100 amps is just a boost to start an engine. Okay, so steady, you can get 30. So what I did is I charged each of these with this guy and charged them to full. The next day, I charged them both again, and they took some more, and then they went to their full state. They have been sitting now for 2 days, and we're going to check their resting voltage now that they have been charged and sitting for 2 days. That's called resting voltage, because at charge voltage, it's going to be 14.5, 14.3, whatever that guy's putting out. At resting voltage, let's see what we've got. Voltages won't tell you everything, which is why we're going to do a load test. But let's see what voltages we have. Now, I have a multimeter. Obviously, I'm a tech. But I won't need one because this guy's got a multimeter built in. So we're literally doing this blue collar all the way. Just the stuff we've got at home. So I'm going to connect this guy, red to positive. And resting voltage, I've got 13.3. 13.5 is considered full for this, what is it? This type of battery, a LiFePO 4. This chemistry. To sound very intelligent. For this chemistry of battery, 13.5 is full. So I got 13.3. That's good. These have been used since 2021, and now we're going to check the resting voltage of this battery. The resting voltage of this battery is 14.4. That's really good. No, that can't be right. Oh, he turned on. Dang it, that's not right. Now, fortunately, I had already checked them. You sneaky guy. Let me tell you what happened. If you read the voltages on these and then walk away, the charger just starts charging. It goes, oh, you want to charge? And it started charging. So it put a little bit of charge for like 5 or 10 minutes while I was inside my rig. I already knew the charges, the resting charge were 13.3 and 13.4. I already knew that. So what I'm going to do is on the battery that was resting and didn't accidentally get 10 minutes of charge, we're going to load test him first and let the other guy rest. And then we'll see what the load test does. 310 watts. We're going to turn it on, hit a timer, and let her run until the automatic shut-off shuts off. Now, with this kind of a hillbilly test, we don't have a timer that's going to shut off itself when this guy stops. So we've got to literally be around watching it and see what's going on. So that's what we're going to do. I'm going to set it up. I'll show you what it looks like. We'll hit start. We'll start the timer and see how long I can pull 310 watts out of this battery. All right, let's talk about safety for just a minute. I've always got something on my eyes. These are plastic. I'm an old man. I'm 64 years old. These are plastic, and if they get hit, they're not going to shatter. Okay, so they do act as safety glasses. I need to be able to see, and these are my mid-range. I've also got readers. I'll spare you. Here's our setup. So, I got my timer. If I were to set this up, talking of safety, in my rig, there would be a fuse here. Okay? Now, what I'm doing here, I'm not leaving this setup alone. That thing is not on yet. Nothing's happening. But the inverter is on, and I've got power. I've got my drill motor here. I can pop this bad boy on here and pop this guy off without touching the thing if something goes wrong, and it'll just be disconnected. So that's my little safety out right there. So what I'm going to do now, I'm going to turn him on, start the timer, and sit right here in the chair and surf the web on my phone and look at stuff. And when that battery shuts off, stop the timer, and then we know we started at 13.3. We have the battery, the type of battery. We'll have the run time. And then I'm going to do the proper use of AI and show you how to do that. AI, little grandpa moment here. And yes, I have 2 grandkids, and my granddaughter is 24 years old. AI is not your best friend. AI is for factual stuff like this, okay? If you're using AI as your best friend, stop it and go talk to a human, okay? There's your grandpa moment for today. Let's get this test started. I'll be back. I'm back. Wow, that was fast because it was literally 20 seconds, but I wanted to add this. During this test, I'm feeling this guy and I'm feeling these cables. Now, they're not going to get hot because I'm only pulling 310 watts. And I'm hoping this test doesn't take days. Let's find out. I literally don't know. 310 watts. You know what? I'm going to go do some math right now. Let's see what happens. Okay, so I went and did some math. The test is running, and it doesn't take days, but it takes 7.5 hours plus. Here, check it out. This is a good use of AI. Here's my question I gave to AI. I happen to use Perplexity. I'm doing a load test on this used battery. Its resting voltage when charged full was 13.3 volts. I've got a load of 310 watts continually on it with a Jupiter 2000 inverter. How long should this load test run for? Now, I geek out on this stuff. I hope it's interesting to you. A capacity test for your 2,000 amp hour LiFePO4 battery under continuous 310 watt load will take approximately 7 to 7.5 hours to complete, assuming typical inverter efficiency. So I'm not going to read the whole thing to you, but it goes on to say it calculated the AI for the inverter, which is what I wanted, which is why I told it I had a Jupiter 2000 inverter, so it knew exactly, and it says it's roughly 90% efficient, which is not bad. Jupiter 2000, I've been using this inverter for 5 years. I had it in my motorhome, and then I had it in the fifth wheel until I got the 3000 watt pure sine. So here's the deal. That's way longer than I expected, but I'm going to let it run. I've started this test. It's going to run for 7 hours, if I get 7 hours, I'll be really happy. And then I will ask AI, what percentage of these batteries is now available to me compared to when they were new? So that's the whole point of this. How usable are these going forward? Because I have a plan for these, and I'm going to tell you what that plan is later. So I'm going to let it run. Now for this guy, the second battery, I have a larger space heater that'll pull 800 to 900 watts. I'm going to use him and knock this test in half. It should be 4 hours or something like that. But I'm stuck with this guy right here. I'm going to let her rip, and we're going to see what the capacity is of this battery. So right now, we're right there at the 2 hour and 40 minute mark. And of course, nothing's hot because it's not a high amp draw. But what we're going to do is I am going to check and see. I always check my leads. And let's see what voltage we got right now. We got 12.9. So that's where we're at so far. We're going to let her rip. Just keep running. But I have moved this party inside with that camera right there. I've got 4 of these. They connect to the network inside my RV. And right above there, that nub above that solar light, one connects in the front, one on the back, and one on each side. So when I'm in my rig and I'm out in the wild, I can see on all four sides of my rig 24/7 from within. So I'm moving this party inside, watching with the camera to make sure nothing is amiss, and we'll continue the test. I'm going to start editing this video you're looking at while that thing is still running. And so I'm watching it right there. I've got my old HP Elite book running on Linux, and I use OpenShot for editing, and when I need information on my second screen I use my tablet. 10.5, I'm calling it. I'm going to shut it down. No need to go below. Oh, it just failed. Okay. Shut that down. It doesn't like the low voltage. I'm calling it. I don't need to go below 10.6 and have the BMS on this thing shut off. That's okay. I don't need that. 6 hours, 5 minutes. Let's do some math. Or actually, let's let AI do some math. Okay, instead of you trying to read this, I'll just hit the highlights. And it's praising me. Yes, that's the right way to think about it. The sycophantic AI likes me. The 6 hours, 5 minutes at an actual 310 watts loads gives you a direct estimate of how much the battery's original usable capacity is still there. Blah, blah, blah. Jupiter 2000, 90% effective, da-da-da-da-da, math, 84%. 84%. So, this battery has been in use continually in van life, and my sister's a heavy user. She's amazing. But anyway, these two batteries have been just killing it since 2021. So 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 6 years, I've got 84% usable. That's pretty amazing. I think that's pretty amazing. Now, my gut feeling is that this battery is going to do even better, because the resting voltage of that one was 13.3 and the resting voltage of this one was 13.4, and I think it's going to do a little bit better. So I'm just going to spare you completely. I'm going to do the whole test and I'll just tell you what it comes out to. It is the next day and it's a glorious morning. Goodness. You know what? In the south, it is just beautiful after a rain. It's amazing. The south is gorgeous. Not so much in the summertime. Okay, so what we got going is I'm going to do exactly the same test on the second battery. I'm going to use this instead, and it pulls 690 watts. I'm going to spare you. You're not going to see any of it. I'm just going to give you the results, and I'm going to get started right now. 3 hours and 15 minutes would have been full. I pulled 3 hours, 8 minutes, which is right around 85 to 90%. So we're in the ballpark of that other battery. I thought I would do better, and I did, than the first battery. And so 84% for the first battery, 85 to 90% for the second battery. I think that's pretty awesome. I'm going to use these batteries, and what I'm going to use them for, I'll tell you in a future video. I'm going to run a separate system on my RV, and I'm going to, well, hit subscribe. Keep coming back. Next week, I'm going to finish putting that AC up there. Thanks for watching. Thanks for hitting like. Thanks for hitting subscribe. And the comment section of this channel is fantastic. What do you think, guys, of this test? Can you do it? I just did it, blue collar, and you could tell by the way I fumbled around. I was figuring it out as I go, but I got my answers. So leave a comment. Tell me what you think. What could we have done different? What have you done? Do you think you could do it? And I will see you in the next video.